Hey folks, I'm back here at Rice Lake. If you remember correctly, this was where the foundation had some issues. It actually ended up being a structural issue with the joists and rotting. We fixed that. But we're here and there's a 3-season sunroom that was attached, and the previous contractor didn't build it properly. He didn't attach it to the house. So when we re-leveled the house and raised it up, the floor stayed where it was, the wall stayed attached, and now we have to come back and fix that. So that's what we're doing here today. So I'm just going to turn the camera around and show you what we're doing. Okay, as you can see, where there's a gap underneath the door, like I temporarily blocked the door and screwed it down. And we did the same thing there. You can see the blocks clearly on this side. You can see where it's so out of level. So we temporarily fastened everything, but we had to come back. You can see where there's a gap between the beadboard and the floor. We just put some casing just to kind of hide it temporarily. But that's how much the house came back up. It was out of level because this floor sank with the house. And but it wasn't attached because for whatever reason. Anyway, now we got to fix that. So we're going to remove all this casing. We're going to strip back the floor. We're going to cut off the sheathing. We're going to jack this 3-season sunroom floor back up and then reattach it to the house. I don't think it was attached to the house because when I did the work underneath the house, I didn't find any lag bolts or anything like that. So that's our job for the next day or two. We'll get that fixed, and I'll just come back when we've did some more work. Okay, we've removed all the blocks. We actually had to remove the bottom of that door sill because it was falling off. We'll just reinstall it, but we removed all our blocks and trim. So you can see it's down a good 3 inches. That's how much we have to bring it up. See the gap in there? It goes from nothing all the way down to like 3 inches. All right, so now we're going to strip the floor and remove the plywood. Okay, so I've stripped the plywood off. It was nailed, glued and nailed, which is good. The other thing I discovered, there is joist hangers already, but there is no beam here, which means it was attached to the house. And when I look at the framing, they used 3 wire nails. You can kind of see the marks for them, but about every 3 feet. So it was attached to the house, but it wasn't attached to the house properly. This, because I know, like when I jacked up the house from the inside underneath, the most I could get it up was about 2.5 inches on average, and this is down. I'll just get my tape here. But this is down it's roughly down 4 inches because there's a 1/2 inch of plywood. So it had already sunk on its own by about 1.5 inches, even without the joists and rim boards rotting and sinking or collapsing from the original house. So this porch addition wasn't built properly either. Number one, you're supposed to attach it to the house, but you're supposed to use lag bolts. There were no lag bolts. So it was already sinking even before the issue with the vapor barrier and rotting on the interior. So we're going to fix all that. I'm going to remove that air barrier. I'm going to remove the sheathing. And then we're going to try and get a new rim board because weren't able to get a new rim board from the inside. And then we're going to jack this up and we're going to lag bolt it right to the rim board. And then hopefully that new rim board will be sitting on the foundation. I'm not sure what size of rim board we're going to use because it was 2x10, but we have 1.5 inches, so we're going to probably see if we can, maybe I'll have to put a 2x12 attached to the existing joists on top of the foundation. And then we'll jack it up and lag bolt it to that. So I'm going to stop here. We'll come back when we're starting to do that. Okay, so I've stripped out everything, as you can see. And what I've done is I removed the rim joist that's on this sunroom or porch floor. And I'm going to install a new rim joist that belongs to the house because I couldn't do that. I went and put some blocking in. Now I'm going to put a new rim joist. We're going to do 2 new rim joists with joist hangers and lag bolts like it's supposed to be. So that's the process where we are right now. I'll come back and show you when we get a little further ahead. Okay, we have our new rim joist in that's screwed to the joist from the house inside and screwed to the blocking. And now we're going to install the new rim joist for this floor. And we're going to lag bolt that with a 5-inch lag that'll go through both rim joists and into the blocking. Okay, I'm going to show you what we've accomplished so far before we glue and screw our floor back down. We've got the floor back level. We've got the proper size joist hangers in. They're 2x10s, not 2x6 joist hangers. And we've also lag bolted, as you can see, in between each joist, 16-inch on center with 5-inch lag bolts. That's going through 4.5 inches worth of wood. There's the rim joist for this floor, the rim joist for the house floor, and then the blocking that you saw that I put in that's resting directly on the foundation, tied in between each joist. So it's very solid. It's never going to move. Everything is back. It's reinstated where it should be. The floors are back level. As you can see where the doors, frames, the walls are now resting on the floor. They're screwed properly back onto the floor. So everything's good to go. So we're just going to close it up. I'll show you when we're done. We're going to glue and screw our plywood, and then we're going to relay our flooring and put back the quarter round trim that was here. Okay, our floor's glued and screwed down. Give you a quick shot of that before I come back and show you the floor reinstalled. There was a bit of a ridge there, so we took that ridge off. So we'll be back in a few minutes after the floor is installed. Okay, our floor and trim are reinstated. So this job is now complete. You can see everything is nice and tight, back level. Brought this floor up about 4 inches, because that's how far out of level it was. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. As always, you have a great day and you keep crushing it.